particular game. So that's good to see. Let's get the game underway right now. I have to start my high quality local recording.
Pioneers have finished.
Good luck, have fun being exchanged. So that's of course always good to see.
You want something?
And we have mixed axis, by the way, being chosen by Siberian and Siez. We have Siberian playing as Ostherr and Siez playing as Oberkommando West. Siez going to be going with Volksgrenadier start. Possibly double Volksgrenadier, possibly not actually. Nope, going with the Kübelwagen, and then Siberian is going to be going Sniper first. Look at that. That is an incredibly bold move. I honestly think that the Ostherr Sniper might be one of the worst possible purchases that you can make in this game, but apparently Siberian's going to try to make it work. Good for him. Hopefully he can pull something off. We'll see. Meanwhile, it appears that Bulgakov has named himself Kubel Jesus for this game. Interestingly enough. And Mr. Osa is playing as the Americans. Kubel Jesus is playing as the Soviets.
Steady up, fellas. I got orders coming. I got orders, boys.
And it looks like the Soviet has left capping duty to the rear echelon troops, and the Allies are not even making a push at all for this this house. So that's interesting. So the Axis will be able to take the Allies will be able to take this area unopposed, while the the Axis will be able to take this area unopposed, while the Allies make their way through the left side.
Lousy patch of dirt is ours.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
So it's now going to be almost 3 minutes with no engagements,
Listen up.
which is pretty atypical. Even on a map like this, it's quite unusual for things to go that long. Finally, it looks like Riflemen will encounter these pioneers. Oh, he gets in this little hut just a little too soon. He didn't quite finish capturing. Gets back out to correct that mistake. And there he goes. Meanwhile, Riflemen moving up over here. Kübelwagen is available to support very nearby, though, so that's going to be a problem. Siez also has a battle group headquarters already constructed in a pretty far back position here. Not actually all that far from his own base, so pretty conservative. I'm actually moderately surprised not to see it placed anywhere over here around the fuel. I think that he probably placed it here closer to the middle so that his teammate would be more available to support. Kübelwagen firing on these riflemen. We also have this sniper moving up to try and take shots possibly at these Maxims. Grenadiers spotting, although it's actually, I think, a little bit exposed right there. Yeah, he's going to want to move that back. Not very much cover for him to hide behind in this particular area. Possibly these barrels or something. Firing at the riflemen, it looks like. Yep, picking them off one by one, just leaving his Grenadiers pinned to spot. He really needs those there to give him vision. Grenadiers over here also getting pinned, though, so quite a bit of attrition, but that's just the nature of using a sniper. You do need something up in the front line screening for you. Kübelwagen, meanwhile, is doing some pretty significant damage to these riflemen over here. They're getting suppressed or cut down in the road. Ouch. And they're forced away. Jeez, I'm not even sure if that rifle squad's going to make it away. It's so wounded, and they didn't choose a very safe retreat path because the American player is in the east base, retreating through the road. Oh, jeez, and there it goes. The other one almost didn't make it away either, and losing both of those squads would have been devastating, to say the very least. Mr. Osa moving across the right side. Volksgrenadiers getting suppressed by the Maxim. Pretty brutal fight actually over the middle here with all of these Maxims setting up a pretty dangerous line. Let's take a look at Siberian Sniper. It is up to 8 kills, so he's actually microing it quite well, and he certainly has no intention of spamming them. He's made one. He's made one sniper and he's used it well. It hasn't even taken any damage yet, so good. Good. I like to see that. I really like it a lot. Taking shots at this Maxim. Kugelwagen spotting for him, actually. This is a pretty good synergy because of the Kugelwagen's quite long sight range, and it also can't get suppressed, obviously. Unfortunately, Siberian had to reposition. If he does stay too close to the Kugelwagen, he risks actually getting suppressed by the AoE suppression, but we will note that the AoE suppression on the Maxim, I think, is the worst in the entire game. It can really only suppress one squad at a time unless they're extremely close to each other. Sturm Pioneers moving up into cover, but they get suppressed by just massed Maxim fire. Flamethrower also proved a little too dangerous. They couldn't stick around. Infantry support gun firing. Very nice. Ooh, that was a bit of a bug right there. If you noticed, it just fired 2 shots in rapid succession because he used the barrage ability immediately after an auto fire, which is a bug that it's actually on the bug tracker. If you don't know about the bug tracker, I maintain one, and you can always visit that and vote for certain bugs to get fixed like that one. Nice use of this utility car by Mr. Osa to get that cleared out. That's really the best time to clear out an infantry support gun if you know where it is as soon as your utility car hits the field, because it's quite unlikely that it will be very well defended. So that's a good manpower bleed. Can be costly to reinforce those because of their very high manpower cost. Looks like this Maxim's going to get forced away though. Sniper now up to 13 kills. Siberian using that really nicely. Grenadiers moving over here to grab that victory point, and I'm actually quite surprised that the utility car hasn't hunted that sniper down at all. Mr. Osa instead just sort of harassing over here on the right side, but I think that sniper would have been a really good target when his utility car had first hit the field. I'm not sure anything would have been able to stop his utility car from just charging in on it and killing it in 1 or 2 bursts. But unfortunately, the longer he waits to do that, the harder it's going to be. Volksgrenadiers recruiting this infantry support gun. And rapidly reinforcing there. Grenadiers also getting some reinforcement done. We actually have a mortar being produced here by the Soviet player. And it looks like that utility car is a little scared to go in there. Ooh, nice mortar on those Volksgrenadiers. Infantry support gun also doing quite nicely, getting some good shots off. It's up to 4 kills. I'm not sure if it had any before it got decrewed either, so doing what it can. And there's also a mortar half-track over here from Siberian, and it's up to 3 kills. And I think the mortar half-track, the Austria mortar half-track, is probably the best mortar in the game as far as mobility, accuracy. I think it's a really very nice unit, and utility with its incendiary barrage. It's just very good. That sniper just picked off a full squad on the retreat. It's up to 16 kills, and it has hit Vet 1, and it still hasn't taken any damage. The Allies just making no real effort to take that thing out. Looks like the utility car may be on its way over there, or maybe not. Kind of changing his mind a little bit. Siberian trying to screen with Grenadiers. Of course, as soon as it gets hit by a Panzerfaust, its ability to chase or kill anything is pretty much gone. And the Kugelwagen itself is also really remained unharassed. So that utility car usage, I really think it could have been used better this game so far. But oh well.
Assigned to the front.
Panzer Fusiliers continuing to pour in, so Siez Definitely making good use of his doctrine selection. The Ag Tiger is, of course, a devastating unit, and it's quite good on this map. Any long, narrow map, really, the Ag Tiger is quite good on.
Regimental headquarters advise. Panzer Fusiliers are ready for action.
Taking effective fire!
Shock troops hitting the field, moving their way towards the middle. Maxim's continuing to fire, and I believe that, yes, Ciez now has a G43 upgrade on this squad of Panzer Fusiliers. Interesting that his first 180 munitions would go to a Shrek and then G43s. It's actually quite a good idea, I suppose, for shock troops. G43s are really nice against shock troops. They give you that extra bit of punch, but of course it will leave him a little bit vulnerable to light vehicles, having only one Panzer Shrek and no other AT, especially since he's gone with battle group headquarters, so he won't have a Puma. And he is primarily fighting against Americans here on the right side, so light vehicles can be a pretty serious concern. But if we take a look at Mr. Osa, we will see he's gone utility car straight into Captain. And as a result, it means he's probably not really thinking about getting the AA half-track. Probably not thinking about getting more than just that utility car. Jeez, get that Captain out of there. Taking massive damage from those Fusiliers. No! What a waste. I think he may have been too preoccupied with this engagement going on over here. Ouch. That is a heavy blow. And I'm not actually even sure why he went Captain tier. Don't see any units being produced. If he were going to get an AT Gunner Stewart, he could have by now, possibly saving up for a pack howitzer, but I'm not sure. 222 harassing over here. It's going to catch this utility car out of position. Has a damaged engine from an anti-tank grenade. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? That anti-tank grenade fired by those Panzer Fusiliers just vanished into thin air. It just disappeared. He's trying to escape with that utility car, but it's just futile. There's no way with that damaged engine with the 222 right there. Ooh, nice shot from a field gun, though. Almost wipes out that 222, but it looks like it is going to get to safety, no problem. Sniper's now up to 21 kills. It's doing extraordinarily well. With the utility car dead, it's going to have that much more freedom to inflict harassment on the enemy's infantry. We do have shock troops here getting picked off one by one. Really struggling. The Allies are in a really rough position now. Taking some pretty heavy losses, and their map control is just not what it needs to be. If we take a look at the Soviet player, we will see that he's chosen shock motors. So wow, really heavy usage of the ISU in this tournament. And really, I don't think there's anything surprising there. But that being said, the Ag Tiger is being used quite heavily as well, so there's some very popular strategies. I don't think anybody's particularly surprised to see those. There have been some surprises this tournament, though, and the Elephant has made a couple of appearances. The Austere Sniper is a bit of a surprise for me, although I know that fans of Siberian are certainly not surprised to see him using that at all, as he's quite fond of the Sniper, even if I'm not. And yes, yeah, I know it's usual act actor. I'm not saying that I'm just pointing out that it does. You can't drive out of range of any other anti-tank grenade. Like the American AT grenade will always connect over any distance. So will the Soviet AT grenade. But for some reason, the Panzer Fusilier AT grenade just phases out of existence sometimes. Ooh, looks like infantry company has been chosen by the American player here. Lots of LMGs being fielded, and he still has 180 munitions to spare, so he's clearly got quite a few of those. Using defensive stance here, not sure what I think about that under mortar half-track and infantry support gunfire. It's not really in range of any enemies anyway, so potentially just gonna get bombed to death. So much indirect fire over here. We have the infantry support gun, the mortar half-track, and a stolen Soviet AT gun that could potentially utilize the light artillery barrage. Riflemen taking heavy damage from just so many different threats in this area, and it's unfortunate that the Allies don't have more vehicles. There is a pack and a field gun, but other than that, I think heavier light vehicle play could certainly have benefited them. This Su-85, on the other hand, isn't going to be able to do all that much. Soviet Tier 4 hitting the field, which is moderately surprising. I'm honestly surprised to see Soviet Tier 4 used so heavily this tournament. And that has been surprising. I really don't think it's very good, personally, but we'll see. The Katyusha, of course, is very nice, but other than that, I think it really struggles because of just the huge price tag associated with it.
One of our machine guns has been silenced.
Speaking of the Katyusha, one is in production, and the fighting continues to be really brutal here in this area.
Rocket launcher on the field.
Don't diss the T4, Romeo. Alright. Oops. Alright. Looks like a pretty full retreat had to happen here from the Allies. Lots of things falling back to repair and reinforce. We do have an ambulance here. Shock troops and mortar and Maxim making their way back up. Those rear echelons are going to be forced out. Ooh, Scott actually being produced. That's always a fun unit to see. I think the Scott is quite nice, but it can be a little bit random. And I've said this before, that pretty much all of the American Tier 4 units are highly random. HE rounds can sometimes just wipe out whole squads or do nothing. The Scott can sometimes just do nothing. And the Jackson can bounce all day and then suddenly just like owns the King Tiger, so just kind of the nature of US units, I guess. Katyusha being fired on CS's battlegroup headquarters. One rocket almost clearing that gun out. Building is destroyed. Oh. That was a max range barrage, so it had quite a wide spread, and unfortunately he was firing that blind, so he didn't really fire on any of these entrenched positions here, sadly. Points are down to 300, and Siberian Sniper has 40 kills. 40 kills. I can't believe that the American player hasn't tried to chase that down with a light vehicle of some kind. It's really hurting them.
Strikes now available in your sector.
Ooh. Lots of artillery being exchanged, lots of indirect fire. This has definitely turned into a very campy game, and the Axis just look like they have such a huge advantage over the Allies right now. Really struggling to push. And this can be a really daunting wall to just smash into over and over again. Even over here, I wouldn't really call this a defense. This is more of a line of sight kind of thing, giving the Axis knowledge about what the Allies are attempting to do and potentially respond to it if necessary. We do see shock troops moving through the right. Hopefully they're going to manage to do some harassment over here. The Axis infantry will be forced away. There is a machine gun defending, but that's not much, and it's not really positioned very well to counter these shock troops at the moment either. We actually do have a bunker going up from Siberian over here though, so hopefully that'll be able to contribute somehow. I'm not sure if he intends to upgrade it, or if he does, how he intends to upgrade it. He doesn't currently seem to be choosing anything. Oh, he actually can't upgrade it because it's not in his territory at the moment, apparently. The machine gun, the shock troops over here actually walked into the machine gun arc, unfortunately. Stuka firing on the battlegroup headquarters again. Doesn't look like it inflicted that much, though. It does have 9 kills. Panzer IV hitting the field from Siberian, and he's chosen Spearhead. Spearhead has been a very popular doctrine in this tournament, no doubt about that. Americans struggling to keep up, unfortunately. If we take a look here, wow, Mr. Actually, both of them kind of struggling, but at least Kubel Jesus has a pretty high amount of damage dealt. The American, on the other hand, is currently at 29 and 85, and just really struggling to keep up with the rest of these players.
That was harder than it looked.
Territory over here falling to the Axis once again. Looks like they will also be able to take the fuel and strategic point. And the Americans' forces are continue getting picked off by that sniper, up to 47 kills. That's going to be a 50 kill sniper soon. And apparently 50 is about the sweet spot where a sniper hits Vet 3. So that's going to start to be problematic. Artillery being called in here. Looks like could be time on target artillery though, so that's probably not going to land for another 10 minutes or so. And there it is, okay. Oh no, the Scot gets taken out by an aggressive Panzer IV combined with a really nice Pack shot. Pack is Vet 3, by the way, dealing massive damage to the Soviet Su-85s, and that Scot was pretty much the American player's only mechanism by which he could even inflict any harm on his opponent. So now he's really in trouble. He's making a new one, and he is reinforcing his infantry back up to strength. But he's just bleeding so much. Kubel Jesus also rather hurting for units as well. He does have the Katyusha and the 2 Su-85, so that's something, but the Axis are in such a strong position right now as far as territory is concerned. There's really no pressure on them to push. And the Allies, on the other hand, desperately need to push, but they have no units with which to do so. Honestly, I can't even fathom how the Allies could possibly come back from this situation. Tiger hitting the field.
Down, you killers! Why are they shooting at us?
Ciaz just has a massive resource pool right now. Floating so much. He could call in more stuff. He's got 74 out of 100 pop caps, so he's not pop capped. I guess he's just banking his resources and plans to just call in Yak Tigers for the rest of the game. Certainly not particularly much pressure on him to spend any more resources at this particular time. Pretty aggressive push by those Su-85s though. Look at the damage going out on that Tiger. He is going to pop smoke. I hope he doesn't get too aggressive with those SUs. Oh, he's trying to finish it off in with attack ground, but he's forced to pull back, and anti-tank grenade actually damages the engine of this one. It's going to leave that rather vulnerable. Ooh, both engines damaged now, actually. Flamethrower bursts on retreat. Shock troops moving up to screen, so I think those SUs will be able to get to safety. There's a stolen Maxim suppressing them though. Ooh, nice grenade. Almost wiping that squad. And it does go down. This one similarly taking heavy damage, and it's going to get forced back very soon. And those SUs really probably should keep on moving back. If he doesn't get those back to safety soon, they could get killed without getting repairs up on their engines. Katyusha barrage going in here. Looks like it didn't really do all that much though. Panzer Fusiliers are just walking right up to that AT gun. They're going, oh! I didn't even remember that demo charge was right there. Nice demo charge. Still, those SUs are in a lot of trouble. Tiger is already fully repaired, despite sustaining heavy damage in that engagement. There goes one SU. Taken out by Pack with that 3-pack and the field gun. And all of these stolen Soviet weapons certainly aren't doing the Allies any favors. That American AT gun getting cleared off the field. Very nice. Meanwhile, combat engineers are going to try to get some repairs up over here. There's actually a Panzer IV driving around in the American base, apparently. I'm not sure what he's doing there. He must have been scouting around, looking for looking for any easy free kills, but unfortunately there wasn't really anything there for him to pick off. Fully repaired Tiger also making its way forward, pushing up. Oh, nice shot there on that Scott. Caught it out of position and it gets taken down. Ambulance moving back up to this Major's retreat point, although not sure I think that's such a great idea. Su-85 trying to fire on the Tiger. Major retreating, everything pulling back. Only 40 points remaining and they are triple captain. There's really no sign that they're going to be able to make a successful counterattack here. And there you have it, GG's being exchanged. GG well played, certainly, by both teams. Quite a game. That Axis line was just too hard to punch through.
Aufgepasst! The enemy is down to 25.
And there's the surrender. So that was something, and we're gonna get straight into the second game very soon.